Good morning, good morning, good morning. Transition. Transition is important because usually at least every 2 or 3 years the environment will change. And if you do not change with it, then you're going to be left behind. So right now I'm facing this kind of change as well. Gotta get new business, gotta get new business model, get a new source of business. Let me find a place. Let me get a stand. Hold on. What kind of transition are you guys in? Are you trying to get a new job? Are you trying to get into a new business? Are you trying to move to a new place? You gotta change. If you don't change, you will not make it. Because the world nowadays is changing so fast. In the old days, you used to be able to work on one job for 20 years and retire. That kind of age and time is long gone. And you gotta start early too. You cannot be like, I'm gonna just milk this cow for 5 years, and then once the environment changes, then I'm gonna try to do something else. It doesn't work like that. Because every time when you're making new changes, it takes time, right? It takes preparation. It takes money. It takes you gotta have the reserve, right? If you're gonna change to a new job, if you're gonna change to a new location, if you're gonna change to a new industry, any change you want, it takes time, and it also takes money. But if you don't change, you're gonna either die or left behind. This is the only way to grow, the only way to elevate, to become better, to make more money, to get somewhere higher, better places. You got to make the change. Kimberly, I'm becoming a better and more successful person. That's great. Yeah, that's what matters, right? You don't need to compete with other people. Just compete with yourself, your old self, right? Self last year. Did you get a new source of cash flow compared with yourself last year? You got to do it, right? There's no way to stay stagnant. If you're just going to stay stagnant, you're going to be broke. There's no way around it. Hello, good morning. Shiny Dooley. Welcome. So, you got to make the transition. You got to prepare for the transition. You got to start early. So, because nowadays it's not like 20 years ago. 20 years ago, you can stay on one job for 20 years. And you still have a job. You will still have enough money to afford everything. Nowadays, there's no job's gonna let you stay there for 20 years. Sooner or later, the company's gonna die, and they're gonna fire you. So, just like for me, right? For example, for the past 3 years, 4 years, I was making I was making decent money in real estate. I have this brokerage type of business, representing homeowners. I was making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year. But now the market's kind of changing, right? It's moving. It's not moving as fast as before anymore. So that's why a couple years ago I started investing, putting more time into investing. So luckily I did that. So I was able to have another source of income to replace some of the income that I was getting in the brokerage business. It takes time, right? You're not gonna start something and suddenly the money is gonna come in. It's gonna take you at least 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Even if you can have new source of cash flow come in like within 1 or 2 years, you're lucky. You're not just gonna start something new and start making a boatload of money right away. It takes time, right? It takes It takes studying. It takes learning. It takes getting used to. It takes a lot of preparation. So right now, I'm continually adding different source of income. So I added the mobile home park source of income, and I also added the coaching income. So I started teaching people how about real estate sales. I think a year ago. So I sold a course. The course I sold as live so far, to like 30 students. I was charging about $200. That's really cheap because I'm just starting testing water, right? And then after that, then I had another course. I was charging people $500. And then after that, recently I'm teaching another course. I'm charging people $1,000 each. So that's another new source of income, stream of cash flow that's coming in. So you gotta continue to build new cash flow, right? New source of cash flow. Otherwise, money is not gonna come automatically. You gotta work, right? You gotta step into something new. So that's another source. So that's another thing I'm learning too. So I'm learning more about TikTok. I mean, not cryptos, and I'm learning more about crypto too, and the TikTok too. TikTok is another new business. It's kind of like a business, right? Because I'm trying to get more connection to grow more audience. So this is another new adventure. Adding on top of what other adventure grow and change. Okay, how do you know when it's time to grow and change? Somebody said some quote. It's really a nice quote. I don't remember exactly. He said, it's a famous, think about someday, eventually you're not gonna be able to make that same amount of income. So while you're making a lot of good income, just like I'll give you my example, right? So for the past 3 or 4 years, I was making like 300, 400K a year selling real estate. But I know, the real estate market is going to change, right? It's not going to stay the same way. So I started, investing in mobile home parks. I started trying to, do the TikTok, and I started, study crypto. So because every time when you learn something, it takes a trial and error. You're going to fail. Nobody, like $10,000. So I lost a lot of money, but I didn't lose it. It's still in there. But that's just the inevitable progress that you need to go through to be able to learn, right? And also for TikTok, for social media. So I tried to, grow my audience on YouTube for many years. I couldn't figure it out. And then now I started doing TikToks. Finally, I learned something. I started to figure out more things. So you're always gonna, anytime you try to learn something new, you're always gonna go through the time, the period where you're gonna fail, because you're new at it. But if you don't start going through those time periods, you're gonna have to fail early. Then you're gonna be fucked, right? If you only, let's say, if you're gonna stay on your one revenue, no more milk to milk, then if you wait until then to go start something new, you're fucked. Because if you're gonna start something new, you're not gonna see cash flow right away. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take failing. It's gonna take studying. It's gonna take struggling. It's gonna take you at least 1 or 2 years, or maybe even 3 years to actually finally, get some cash flow in coming in. So that's why you need to start, literally, anytime you gotta, prepare, have a second plan, have a plan B, right? Because of the rising interest rate, do you think there will market adjustment in the real estate? Oh yeah, the market is already adjusted. That's why I'm talking about my business. Because before, when I was doing, my business for brokerage business is mostly representing homeowners. A couple years ago, I don't need to negotiate. I just put the property on the market. It's gonna get sold. I don't even need, nobody argue with me. I tell them, hey, this is the price, this is the term. You want it, you take it. If not, I'm gonna sell to somebody else. But now it's not like that. Now you're gonna negotiate. You're gonna have to, baby them. So it's already changed. I hope gas prices continue going up so my stocks can keep rising. I don't think a lot of other people is gonna be happy about that, man. 主播会讲中文吗？会。Somebody asked me if I know how to speak Chinese. Yes. 会说中文。Team Amber and Team Johnny. I sell those sunglasses. Okay. These are Versace sunglasses. Yeah, so you gotta change. It's if you don't change, you're gonna be left behind. Transition, right? And transition is not easy, right? Change is hard. Change is not easy because when you change, it basically means you're gonna try to do something new. And if you're gonna try to do something new that you have never done it before, it's not gonna be easy, right? Because we're a creature of habits, right? We're used to doing the old way, right? Doing whatever we're already doing before. So anytime you try to do something new, anytime you try to transition into something new, it takes a lot. It takes you gotta be brave. You gotta be willing to take risks, and you gotta get associated with new people, new group, new circle of people, so you can learn. You can watch them. How are they doing it? That's the fastest way to learn, right? You just watch somebody that's already been there, done that, and just copy them, right? If you haven't seen somebody done it, if you're just gonna try to figure out on your own, it's very hard, right? So the easiest way to change, to transition, to get a new source of cash flow, just go get a course, or get associated with some people that's already successful in doing something that you wanted to do, and be friends with them and just learn from them and look and just watch, see how they do it. That's the easiest way to change. That's the easiest way to learn something new. XRP, yeah. Good day. Miss J. Follow my TikTok. Let me give me some likes. Whatever question you have, we can talk about it. Let me know where you're from. I'm from Los Angeles, California. Because nowadays, it's are you Elon Musk? No, I'm not Elon Musk. So we gotta change. Thank you for your insight. We all have to pivot. Exactly, that's the word. You have to pivot. Yeah. Because even if you're staying in the same industry, you're gonna meet with the plateau. It's never surprise anybody. Anytime you're doing anything, you're gonna come up with a plateau. Even if you're not gonna change your industry, even if you're gonna stay in your industry, you still gotta change the way you do business, so you can get over that plateau. If you don't make the change, if you're gonna stay doing the same thing the same way you were doing it before, you're not gonna be able to get over that plateau. Thanks for the likes. What kind of change are you guys trying to make? Let me know, okay? What transition are you making? What change are you trying to make? What kind of new source of cash flow you want to get? What new business you're trying to get into? What new skill you're learning? This guy knows what he's saying. Thank you. I'm just sharing with you my experience, right? I mean, I'm not, saying that I know everything. I'm just sharing with you whatever experience I'm going through. And a lot of times, many things in the universe, they're pretty universal, right? So the same problem I'm facing, most likely you're gonna be facing the same problem too. So that's the power of technology. Look at TikTok. I sit here, I practice my Wing Chun. I can talk with you guys from all over the world. That's what's great about technology, right? I love it. It's helps people to exchange information, exchange knowledge, exchange their experience. It's perfect, right? What are you getting out of TikTok? So for TikTok, first I need to grow a big audience, right? So I started doing TikTok for about 2 months now. So luckily, I think I got pretty lucky. So right now we have thank you for all of you, for a lot of you followers. So I'm able to get to 35,000 followers. So to be honest with you, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do yet. Let me come back and ask you a question, okay? I'll try to answer those questions in my video, okay? Let me see what's the question. What are you getting out of TikTok? How did you get started? I'm scared of change. Do you do Qigong? Okay. So I'm gonna have to get off. I'm gonna call my wife. She just called me. Thank you for all the questions, okay?